Hi Libra, thanks for being here. We're going to get into your June 2025 career and love, what to expect. So we're going to do 3 cards for career, and then we're going to do 3 cards for love, and we're going to clarify with, we're going to first do Lenormand, and then we're going to clarify with tarot, so that we can get a message for you. If you're watching this in another month, don't worry about it, just apply it to the following month from where you're at. Because I'm sure the video will find you when it's the right time to see it, okay? But today we are intending it for Libra's June 2025, and we're going to see what we're going to get. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe when you can, and then check out the pickacard. Those are always super fun. Those are really cool messages as well. So we are asking for Libra's career. What can Libra expect in career, please? And we'll get the next clarifiers later. So, and Lenormand, what are you getting career? So you have the house, the child, and the tower. And the tower is different in the Lenormand and in the tarot. So if you know tarot, don't worry about the tower. It's always actually a really good sign to see in a career reading. So it looks like you have a solid new start in somewhere very, very reliable. I don't see a new job offer coming. What I see is that you're starting a new job or starting a new position, or you've already started it and you're still kind of new. That's what I see. The house is about home life and, foundations, things like that. The tower talks about institutions. It talks about, working for the government, working for a nonprofit, working for a for-profit company. But it can be any kind of institution, a bank, a hospital, anything like that. So it looks like it is a place that's actually pretty structured, though. It doesn't look, like a place that would be chaotic. The child talks about, in career readings, it talks about something that's starting out. Maybe you're in a position where you're still kind of entry level or sort of temporary, and you still have to, kind of put in your time to be permanent or something like that. But it talks about something that's starting out, something that's new. There's a level, I'm also sensing like a level of curiosity. So it kind of feels like that kind of position where you're going to be learning quite a bit, but it seems to be giving you a good, healthy balance of work-home life. It feels like a really good, like well-rounded job, or position or career opportunity, something like that. If you're starting out and you're an entrepreneur and this is like a home business, I see you still working out of institutions here and there. So it might require you to, go to a physical facility of some sort, for business. And then, you can always return home. Or if you do like the offices where you kind of rent some space, something like that. So I do see like some kind of like balanced harmony between home and work life. So in the tarot, you have the World, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups. Again, I feel like this is a really good balance between learning. Here I got, curiosity and learning, and the 3 of Pentacles talks about sort of being like, again, entry level or being in a position where you're learning, kind of very beginner status. But as you're beginning and you're learning quite a bit, you're sort of perfecting your craft. And as time progresses, and you kind of might be in this stage already, certainly in the month of June, you're going to be sort of hitting the ground running and learning to a degree where people start to kind of recognize you for your effort, recognize you for your education, or recognize you for just the quickness with which you learn. Especially for Libra, being like an air sign, I would imagine that you're going to be kind of like off to the races when you start this new job. If you've started already, you're going to be getting that sort of recognition in the workplace. It also talks about team life and teamwork. So you might be working with a really cool team, with a really good set of people that you like, that you enjoy working with. There doesn't seem to be any sort of problems or issues or chaos or anything like that surrounding your career. If anything, you feel very accomplished. For you, the World talks about endings and completions, right? The World talks about sort of ending a cycle and starting anew. Maybe you just graduated college and this is your first actual official job out of college. This could also be, sort of an internship that gets your foot in the door to further your education if you're going to, for grad school or something like that. that could certainly be it. But the World card typically, demonstrates a woman with like two wands, and the two wands sort of talk about like spiritual empowerment and enlightenment. So you've already been, putting in effort here, whether it's in education or in work to get to where you are. Even if this is just an entry-level position, it's a place where you really want to be. It's a job you really, really like, or an organization that you really had your heart set on. For example, if it's like working for like Marvel or Disney or like like if it's like a really, really cool company that, oh my God, everybody wants to work at, even if it's an entry level position, it's like, oh my God, you're in, right? Like you're a shoo-in, that's amazing. But you feel empowered in this position. It's almost like a really good balance also between structure and routine and guidance, but also enough to where you can kind of allow your creative juices to flow, your creativity to sort of take off, and you kind of get to make it your own to the degree with which you can at this level. But it's very empowering for you. I see this being a very good fit. It is a very, very good fit for you. You're kind of welcomed into the team. You're a part of the team. The team likes you, but you also really enjoy the work and you like this organization, this particular environment. With the Six of Cups, again, I get this like feeling of emotions and like love. I've said this in another reading because I think I got the Six of Cups in a different reading as well for one of the other zodiac signs, but I want to say Aries maybe? I forget. You guys can correct me in the comments. But when I get the Six of Cups in a reading, when it has to do with career, I love seeing it because it's almost that feeling of falling in love again, falling in love with what you do, or finding some kind of emotional fulfillment in the work that you're doing. Whether it's, really liking the organization, the corporate culture that you work at, the company itself, the mission of the organization, whatever it is, it's sort of this feeling of falling in love again, or falling in love for the first time and really actually aligning with your true path. There's a lot of balance here too. I see a 4 here. 1 and 3 is 4 as well. This is starting over 1. 1 plus 9 is 10, and you have the World card here. A lot of endings and beginnings here. Again, it just really feels like you just graduated college and this is like your first official like professional position outside of school. But it's a very solid position. That's kind of what it feels like. If you didn't just like graduate from college, maybe you just earned a certificate in something and this is putting it to use. Even if it's like, something super cool like electrical work, or like some kind of technician type job where you just got like your certification or your license to be able to do this work, to perform this work, if it's RN or, CN or whatever it is. That sort of work where you just got it and like now you're putting it to good use. You've done the work, you've done the education part of it, or you've met the expectation for experience. Like let's say this particular job required 3 years of experience in whatever industry. You just completed it and now you're able to sort of apply it to this new job and this new position and bring your knowledge to this team. And this team is very welcoming of it, whether it's your boss, but I'm getting more your colleagues. But it's sort of this reciprocal feeling. Like you fit in, like this place is the perfect place for you. It feels like a kind of a job, like it's like a connection made in heaven with you in this position or you in this job. Oh my God, you guys, no way. You got the world twice. Look at this. Look at that. The world on top of the world. Yeah, you've made it. You've arrived. There's this sense of like you're in the big leagues. You know what I mean? Again, even if it's just like starting out, you're in the big leagues. What is this? This is so cool. The world. Yeah, you've completed a cycle and you're starting anew. Maybe the last place that you were at, you weren't too sure of. There was some kind of like lack of clarity or insecurity or instability. Or maybe you just didn't really feel like you were in an environment where you could thrive, and now you are. Look at you thriving. This is thriving. That's amazing. Let's get another card. Wow. The Eight of Staffs talks about momentum and energy and excitement. It's about like the breeze in your face when you're at the park. It is about creativity. It is about inspiration. And you're bringing it. You're bringing all of that to this place, to this job, this career, this project. And people are like recognizing that, and they like it. They're reacting in a very positive way, and you're feeling that energy, and it's like, if anything, it's motivating you to create more, to do more, to push further. This is an amazing reading for you guys. Like, there's a lot of inspiration here, a lot of creativity. You are hitting that sweet spot. You're hitting that sweet spot between like I always say, like, you want to hit at work, you want to hit the sweet spot between like quantity and quality, right? Like, you want to like produce a high amount of quantity stuff, like work product, whatever that is, whether it's like, you know, sales calls, or whether it's like actual work product or completing projects, whatever it is. But you also want to be cognizant of the quality of the work that you're pumping out. And this is like you hitting that sweet spot, and also marrying that education that you've had, or that prior training, with the work environment, and with like your specific set of duties and responsibilities here in this career, in this job, in this position, project, whatever it is. Again, in the past, I think that even though I feel like you've had accomplishments in the past, like you've sort of been earning your way through things to get here, and you've kind of had to, like, I don't want to say fight tooth and nail. It may not have been so dramatic, but you've definitely put in a lot of hard work and effort, and and maybe people were discouraging, or maybe people didn't believe in you, or maybe you hadn't found your tribe yet, or you haven't had that support system that you kind of needed or wanted or desired. Because it feels like to me, like, even though you accomplished quite a bit, you've also had to kind of fight for your own, and to maintain and to keep what you've already sort of acquired, despite what people thought, or what people, you know, what people said about you, criticism, you know, haters basically. But you've kind of had to like ignore that to kind of pursue your dreams and continue further. And you've got away from all of that, whatever that is. I kind of think it's people. I'm getting the feeling that it's like people and their like harsh words or criticism of you, or just basically like, you're trying to do what? You want to go to medical school? Oh, good luck with that. You know what I mean? Like, just criticism, and not really like supporting you. But I see that changing here with this position and this job. I see you fitting in, and you finding your tribe. And with the King of Cups, it's very emotionally fulfilling for you. You sort of master this. You sort of master the feelings as they relate to work. And what I want to say with that, or like what I mean by that, is there's sort of this dream. I feel like you had this dream, or this intention, or this desire to create something, or to do something specific. And in this position, and it might not even be like an actual thing, like, oh, I want to work on this product, or I want to create, or I want to patent this particular thing. It feels more like, this is how I want to feel when I'm at work. This is how I want to feel when I'm working on my work. This is how fulfilled I want to be. And this is how I want it to look like in terms of like my home work life balance. I want to have home work life balance. So you might not have had like specifically crystal clear what exactly you needed to be doing, or how, to what degree, or whatever, but you had a clear understanding of what it should feel like. And this is what you're getting in the month of June, or the next month, whenever you're watching this, June 2025. You're going to be getting the like, oh yeah, this is what I envisioned, this is what I pictured, this is what I went after for. And you're going to be having those feelings in the workspace. Like, I'm happy. I'm really happy. That's a really difficult thing to find. It's very uncommon to find a position where you're so welcomed, where you like the team, they like you. It's just a really good, well-rounded, good all, like overall well fit, like good fit with work-home life balance. Like, this is a gem. And it didn't just land on your lap. You worked hard for this. You earned this position, this opportunity. Let's get you an advice card for career. I want this one. Come to the edge. That's exciting. So come to the edge. In this position, you're going to be able to actually push yourself and show and demonstrate others what you're actually capable of. In the past, where you were with in relationship to your other employers, with your other jobs, with your other whatever you did in the past, where you kind of had to like close your ears and not listen to all the negativity around you, you weren't able to fully thrive the way that you're intended to thrive, like you are here with the world twice, because you had to sort of psych yourself out. Some of your energy was going through your work and your project, your school, your skills, whatever, developing your skills set, right? Doing your work. But some of your energy was kind of carved out to sort of shut out all of this negativity around you, or like, you know, just shut out the haters basically and not let it get to you so that you can continue to self-motivate to keep going. But in this position, because you no longer have to waste your time or energy or effort into shutting out those people, because now everyone's kind of on your side. See, with the Three of Pentacles, now everyone's on the same page and they're admiring you and recognizing you for who you are and the stuff that you bring to the table, the contributions that you can bring to the table. You're able to fully thrive. And oh my God, you're getting it 3 times in this reading. The world, come to the edge. You're going to be able to really push yourself. And oh my gosh, you're going to be Libra like 2.0 unleashed. Yeah, unleashed. You are going to be able to take risks you didn't think were possible. You're going to be able to work and contribute to a whole other like exponentially higher level than you ever thought possible. You're going to be capable of doing things you didn't even know you had inside of you. Create things that you would never have dreamed of. And they're going to be hits. People are going to love it. People are going to come back for more. Whether it's your boss or your colleagues or whoever, like it is your time. It is your time. It is your time to shine. But you're going to be pushing yourself. I see you taking risks. I see you like, it's like on the verge of genius. It's on the verge of genius. Like this job, this position, you were right. You've been right all along. This is what you were intended to do. This is why you fought so hard, like tooth and nail, to get through these the challenges required, whether they were financial, whether they were logistical, energetic, whatever, to get through, to get here. But you did it, and now you're going to demonstrate to the world just how right you were to believe in yourself. You're going to remember why you believed in yourself, and you're going to give everybody good reason why you've believed in yourself this whole time. Because you deserve this. This is well earned. Wow, this is amazing. This is like 2 puzzle pieces like coming together and fitting perfect in like perfect unison. It's amazing. This is complete alignment, especially here, like I said, with the 6 of Cups. You are aligning with this position. It was made for you. Wow. Wow, Libra, that is amazing. I can't wait to see and hear what you do with it. That is so cool. I'd love to hear what industry you guys are in, because I've always been interested in like jobs and employment and stuff. So let me know how that works out for you. Okay, let's move on to your love. Love reading, please. 3 cards for Libra. What can Libra expect in June 2025? If that resonated with you guys, make sure you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you guys can see more content. And maybe even like pick a cards here and there. I try to keep those going. And I do shorts like almost every day, so okay. Love for Libra, please. Love for Libra in June 2025, or whenever they're watching this. Those felt kind of weird. Why'd they feel weird? So in the Lenormand, you have the fish, the rods, the ladder. This is also sometimes like the whip and stuff. The birch rods. So I'm getting miscommunication. The fish talks about abundance. Sometimes this feels like someone that's either single or dating. If you're in a relationship, you might just have like not be on the same page with your partner on communication styles. It's like two ships passing in the night. If you have a partner, you guys, it's not that you guys don't agree. It's not that you guys don't agree or don't see the things in the same way. It's almost like you guys are both trying to communicate the same message, but you're doing it in ways where the other person isn't understanding it, or be in a way where that other person's like rejecting it for some reason. It's almost like you guys have your ears turned off to each other, where you're not able to communicate in a productive way. Excuse me. And I don't think it's like just you or just them. It's just a mutual communication that's like kind of struggling here. If you're single, this is sort of like mixed signals or miscommunications again, but with like the people that you're dating, especially on like social media, or if you have some kind of app like a dating app, or if you're going to specific events and you're communicating via text message or however. Because this is usually like emails, text messages. This is like written communication. This isn't like verbal communication. This is probably people, if you are dating people you haven't really met yet, you're just kind of trying to get to know, but it's like communication isn't really going well. It's like people are weird or like it's just not, no one person sort of stands out. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Look at that. There's plenty of opportunity, plenty of people, plenty of communication, but it's like no one stands out from the rest, and it just feels like just weird. Like it's just weird. I just get a weird feeling. For the tarot, you have the Hanged Man, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Yes, that's Harry Potter. I think you're changing your mind. There's something that you're changing your mind about, and it almost feels like you want to bite the bullet and just call it a day on something. If you're in a relationship, you might be in a relationship with a fire sign like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or they might just have that energy. The energy of, I'm going to turn that around for now. The energy of sort of go-getter, right? Charismatic, charming, very gung-ho, very sort of passionate about their passions, very intense, and will tell you how it is, what it is, and what they're, they don't have like filters. And maybe that's sort of what's causing the issue. This person is very, if you're in a relationship with them or you're getting to know them, one person specifically, if you're in a connection, this person has no filter. And it's not sitting well with you because your communication style is different. And it's just like, again, like two ships passing in the night. It isn't, it's like rubbing, it's like going against the grain for you. It's causing a lot of conflict. And I don't know that this person necessarily realizes that they're causing as much disruption within you as you know that they are. With the Hanged Man, again, I get the feeling that you might be changing. It's almost like you're kind of second guessing this relationship, or you're kind of second guessing, like, am I on the right app? Do I need to like switch apps, or do I need to switch my approach or change it to something else? Because I'm not getting the results I want. Either way, this feels like you're not getting the results that you want, or your expectations are not being met. Because this isn't necessarily something, like, I feel like you have a specific standard or a specific like expectation for the partners, whoever it is that you are experiencing in your life, that you want to welcome into your life, whether it's like long-term or even if it's short-term, whatever it is, you have expectations and you have like requirements, and they're not really meeting your requirements, specifically when it comes to communication, to the way that they should maybe be treating you. Maybe they're not necessarily being as respectful, or maybe the content of what they're saying is like, you're kind of like low vibe. I don't know that, like, I'm going to entertain you because this is kind of low vibe and I have like bigger things, like bigger fish to fry and like bigger things to like worry about than like this like sort of like, you know, offer that you're offering me, like Netflix and chill. No, how about you treat me to dinner? We've been chatting for a while now, you know, up your game. And it's sort of like they're not bringing it. You're disappointed with the sort of relationship or the sort of content that is happening in this relationship. I also think there might be some kind of issue here, like they may be asking for something, or they might be asking something of you that you're not really comfortable with. And so it's almost like, or like they require something in the relationship that you're kind of like not really attuned to. Like you're not really like that. It's just a different vibe is what I'm getting. Like this person has a different vibe than you have. And you're thinking about kind of walking away. You're thinking about other options. Yeah. The Four of Cups. So you have the Four of Cups here. And you have the Justice card. Oh, Libra. Yay. You came up in your own reading. So I'm going to be frank. It feels like in this situation, you choose yourself. Whether you're in a long-term relationship and you're not thinking about necessarily breaking up with this person and working things out, but in this conflict, that whatever it is, conflict that you had or argument or this sort of problem that you guys are trying to resolve, you choose yourself over this person. You're sort of not okay with their stance or their position on something. If they have an offer, if they have like something, like whatever it is that they're proposing or whatever it is that they're asking of you, you're gonna turn it down. You're gonna be like no, and you're gonna choose yourself over here, because I think that there's a difference between compromising and compromising yourself. And I think that in whatever stage you're at with this person or the situation, you know, with this person actually, it's like you don't want to compromise yourself. And that's going to be the end all be all sort of deal breaker for you. If there's specific people that are like kind of trying to get your attention and trying to talk to you, again, there's a difference between compromising and compromising yourself. And you don't want to compromise yourself, and the sacrifice is just too big. Like it's what is it? The lemon ain't worth the squeeze. I heard that from someone. Someone said that to me like a few years ago, and it's kind of stuck. But that's kind of where you're at right now with this. Like the lemon's just not worth the squeeze. So let's get an advice card for you. Can we get an advice card for Libra? Ooh, June 2025. Why shuffle on? So you have co-create, yeah. If this is a long-term relationship and you want to make this work, obviously there is going to be a high level of compromise that goes here. But first of all, you guys need to get your communication in order, because there seems to be a lot of misunderstandings here. And again, you guys might not be that far off from each other, or might not be too far off from like sort of compromising on this or being on the same page, but it feels like it's just not really working right now. So you might need to like revisit this and look at it from with a different set of eyes, or approach it in a different way. If this is just like sort of trying to date around and find your person, you're going to kind of have to create your own path. Meaning if you feel like you're on the wrong app, or you feel like you're going to the wrong events, or you're feeling like work is the only place that you're going to be able to find someone, or school is the only place you're going to be able to find someone, think outside the box. Look at it from a different perspective. Be open to other opportunities and other maybe non-traditional ways or unorthodox ways of meeting people. Something that this is kind of like you're going to be pushing your comfort zone here, your comfort level. This situation is kind of growing you in a way where it's causing you and sort of making you go in a direction that might be a little bit maybe not necessarily uncomfortable, although it probably will give you some kind of discomfort. But I think it's going to be something that maybe you hadn't thought of before, something that you hadn't considered, or something that maybe you just weren't open to before in the past, but because of how things are going or developing in this situation, in this relationship for you in June, you might be open to it moving forward. So that is what I see for you, Libra. Thanks so much for your time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the other content on my channel. I think you'd really enjoy it. And I'll talk to you guys next month. Take care. Bye.